And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Music Free Gaming. All the gaming of those other streams, but none of the music. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. It is a beautiful Thursday, and got a little bit of a different plan for today. Typically, again, I use Thursday for a little grindy stuff, and that's sort of what I'm going to be doing today. I'm actually going to be in creative today, which is a little weird for me. But I have a Redstone project I want to work on. So, I just need to sort of knock out some ideas, see if things are going to work or not or whatever. So that's going to be kind of the idea. So let's jump over here. And once again, being my Thursday streams, I'm not recording this one. I'm sure the replay will go up to YouTube as always. But I'm not turning this one into a video, so we don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. It's just going to be all sorts of crazy building weirdness. So, all right. So, here's the deal. What I want to do is build, I sort of an idea for a furnace array combined with a bamboo farm. Now, sure, there are lots of ways you could do this. Okay. This is one I'm going to try just for grins. It's not going to be the most efficient farm in the world. It's probably not even going to be great, right? But I am going to take this bamboo and I'm going to shove it into a furnace. But there are some things I wanted to try. So I want to start with some mud. Actually, let's start with some mud out here. Now, mud is cool. All right, mud is very cool because it's not a full block, right? You can do it. It acts like a full block until you throw stuff at it, and then, right? Then a hopper can actually pull through it rather than one of the more solid blocks. So this is actually very convenient. So what I want to do is I want to start. Actually, I probably should have started with something else, but that's fine. Oops, no. No, I want to start with the some dispensers here. Now, honestly, I should probably not worry. Whoops, no. The bamboo is in the way. All right. Now, this is just going to be a prototype, right? I don't know quite how I want this all to work, but we're going to start. Let's take the bamboo out for a moment. And I'm going to need a piston. Okay, now, here's the fun, I guess, is that the plan is to have the bamboo farm feed directly into various furnaces. Okay, so a lot of this is going to be pretty, I don't say boring, but pretty normal stuff, right? Got ourselves some observers and pistons, right? So that if you get bamboo that pops up there, it's going to pop off, and that's wonderful. Now, here's where things are going to get kind of interesting. Now, this world, I made a little bit of a mistake. It's like, that's like Y level 3 down there, so I'm giving myself some room to go to build down, right? All right, so whoa. All right, so let's see now. I think what I want to do, right, is I want to run hoppers into this. Now, kind of. I mean, I do, but I guess that works. Okay, we'll just do it that way, and I'll probably want to run some hoppers behind like that. Okay, that should be all right. Now let's see. I need to do stuff. There's stuff that needs to be done, and I don't know what it is. Okay, well, let's grab a furnace. All right, because eventually it said this is going to be a smelter, so trying to make all of that work is going to be fun. Actually, let's do chests here first. Okay, you know, I probably should have built it from this side, but come on. Creative is such a pain in the neck to work with sometimes, you know. But I wanted to get up here and I do some testing just to see how this would work, and it's going to be a lot easier to do that here in creative than it is to do it in survival in my solo world. So, oops, no, that's not where that goes. And in fact, that's going to go there. Okay. Cool. Oh, sorry about that. I choked on my spit. Oh, always fun when that happens. Oh, okay. Oh, so much fun that is. All right, so now let's see here. Let's take some of this out. So I think what I want to do here first. All right, so I need a couple of things, but one of the first things I'm going to need here is take this out because I need to power. Going to need to power those dispensers. Now, there are a couple of ways that this can be done, but I was sort of hoping. So what I was kind of hoping is that I could actually pull signal off this dropper, but I need to be able to see this. Or I need to be able to feed stuff into it, so that's a little bit of a problem. Right, because the idea here, it's fairly simple. I want to feed bone meal into these hoppers. Or into these dispensers, right? Which should be fairly straightforward. I can't go in through the top, and I can't go in through this side, and I can't go in through the sides because I want this to be one wide tileable. So that means the hopper has to go back here, and that means I need to do a little something else. Now what I can do, actually, these should probably be not iron blocks, not solid blocks of whatever flavor you want to do, but I think these should actually be target blocks. All right, so we're going to come in with the target blocks. All right, so that's going to come in that way. And then the reason they're target blocks is because redstone will point at them. Huh. Hum. Okay. That's great, but yeah, so because basically what I'm going to have to do here, this is not uncommon, right? I've got to set up a clock. But I don't necessarily want to fire everything, but I guess I can if I'm only doing one clock. So, all right. Cool. Let's go ahead and shut that up for a minute. Awesome. All right, so let's grab some glass. Okay, and we're gonna just run some glass all along here, right? Because the idea is that we're gonna need some glass to keep all of the bamboo contained. Now, this should be really easy, right? That's the theory, right? This glass all comes in here. Right, and now I've done a little bit of testing of this design. I was toying with it a little bit last night, which was not a good idea because I really needed to go to bed. But I was playing with this a little bit last night anyway, so. And the thing is, you kind of need to give a little bit of extra room here. Let's grab a slab of some sort. And let's see, how do I want to slab this? Let's slab with some stone brick. Doesn't really matter what the slab is, but I could also use a solid block, but I need a little something so when the bamboo pops up, it has a place to go, you know. Okay. Cool. Now I can fill that in. Now, if I do nothing, right, if I do nothing, the bamboo will grow, and eventually we'll trigger one of the observers and break the bamboo, and then it will drop down into the mud and into the chests, right? Seems reasonable to me. Now, the fun is going to come here. So what I want to do is, let's just hop up here. And we're just gonna fill this. I'm gonna just fill each of these hoppers. And hopefully that's filling. I really should go fill the ones underneath, but that's okay. The idea here is that we're going to fill the dispensers. Oops, no, that's not how that's supposed to work. We're going to fill those dispensers with bone meal, right? So that, I should get, let's do this. Let's see. That way. All right, let's grab a sticky piston and a lever. These levers are awesome. All right. Cool. All right. So now we've got ourselves a really loud farm. In fact, option sounds. Let's turn the block sounds way down. Okay. So that's how that works when there's bone meal in the system. Okay. And it's not turning off. Okay, no, actually that kind of makes sense why it's not turning off. Okay. Awesome. So it's feeding itself. Because when the bone meal grows up, it fills or it hits the observer. When the observer breaks it, it fires again, which is awesome. But, let's, okay. Let's just take all of this bone meal out before it, gets too loud. Okay. All right, so yeah, so eventually that grows again, and we get, and that's roughly equal. So they should, now the bamboo is going to go flying everywhere, right? That's just, you saw it when it breaks the bamboo just goes crazy. Let's actually grab a button. Let's grab a big red button because sure, why not? And okay. Should grab a stone button because it's shorter, but you know, we'll go with this. Now, all right, so that pops and everything's lovely. Now, I'm getting a little bit of overflow here. This one stick of bamboo. All right, how much? Okay. Yeah, should. Right now, this is sort of the idea, is it is going to keep going up to a point, right? I do want it to stop, and it will eventually, but when it grows, but let's go ahead and just get rid of some of that. Okay, cool. So now all I need to do is trigger this. I might change where this clock is, but that's okay. So now I was sort of wondering if I could kick this off. Well, we'll see about something else. Now, yeah, the drawback here is that obviously some bamboo will get stuck on the rest of it. This is just typical of bamboo farms. Depending on how fast the next bamboo grows, if it grows faster than 5 minutes, and this triggers again, then the bamboo could potentially get pushed off. Didn't there, though. Yeah, sometimes it can get pushed off the stem and then end up in the chest, which is awesome. Okay. Okay. So now, let's see here. What I was thinking of is actually having 2 of these back to back, okay? Rather than run this for, I don't know, 16, maybe, going one direction. I thought maybe I'd run it 8 by 8, 2 different sides, or maybe 2 modules of 16. I haven't fully decided yet, but I think this will be okay, because what I want to do is run, let's grab some rail just so I can mark it here. The idea is to run rail across the back of this. Okay. Awesome. So now, let's see. All right. Let's see. How do I want to approach this? Let's approach this with at least, oops, come on. We're going to at least take double chests coming this way. Now, doesn't necessarily have to be double chests, and I could come down here. And what I'm looking at probably that I'll do is build, have storage snaking down to furnaces, but let's just start with this for now. So what I'm going to do is grab some furnaces, okay? So the furnaces are going to come in. I know they're facing different directions. It's okay. Doesn't hurt anything. And then run hoppers into the side. so that all of the bamboo will feed in here to fuel the furnaces, right? Which is awesome. And then I can take this here. So this way I can run a minecart along the top, right? With the idea being that I can then charge this and everything's going to be lovely. Let's grab a... Right, I can... Oops, there we go. All right. It's probably sitting in here, one of these furnaces, waiting to... Okay. Oh, no, I broke it, and I'm getting creative, so it doesn't drop. Haha! I remember things. Okay. Cool. So now... So this is how this is going to work. So let's grab this. Oh, right. I have to be kind of careful here. So let's grab... I think I can do this with a redstone block here. Okay, and I don't think this is going to lock this. Okay, nope, it doesn't lock it. Perfect. Okay, cool. So now I can power rail for as much as I need to. Awesome. Though I don't think I want to put that there. I'll have to figure out dealing with the rail here in a bit, because I need to charge the rail, but not light this redstone. And the hope... My hope is that I could put these back to back and just run, so I can run a minecart up and around and back without having to really worry about it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and set up some chests. All right, we'll just... Oh, come on. Come on. You can tell I'm so used to being in creative. Oh. You know, it's really quiet when I turn the block sounds down. Okay. I'll probably turn it down when I do stuff, but okay, so I can run this way. Now, I know that can go. This is going to suck out of the furnaces. For now, I'm just going to dump them into chests. Doesn't really matter, but I just want to catch them. This could also go as a hopper line somewhere else, right? We've got all sorts of options here that we can do. Okay? Nothing too crazy, but many, many options. So, cool. So, in theory... All right, so in theory, this is all going to work. So let's do... Just because this tends to work better if you've got some... breaks on both sides here, or have a gap on both sides. It just gives it a little, your minecart that way. There we go. Gives the minecart a little bit better chance of filling things evenly. Now in single player, it doesn't typically matter, but if you're on a server, it totally can. So I just get in the habit of letting the minecart run off both directions. Okay, and in fact, I can take this off. Where's my lever? There it is. Awesome. So, okay. Lever can go there. Lever can go there. All right. Cool. So let's grab ourselves I'm going to go with a minecart with chest. Could I use a hopper minecart? Yes. But a minecart with chest is going to be just fine. And let's get ourselves some ore of some sort. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Let's smelt emeralds. Sounds good to you? Sounds good to me. Okay. No, it doesn't sound good to me. It's going to start cooking emeralds. Not that it couldn't. I just feel like doing gold this time. I changed my mind. We're going to do gold. Okay. All right. So let's take this and we'll just load this up with gold. Okay. So now, hey, Rock King can't hang around much. Oh, another trip tonight. Holy cow. Well, good luck with that. And hopefully your print finishes. The updates have been sort of interesting, so that all goes well. All right. And let's grab ourselves another hopper minecart here. And this one, I'm going to fill with bone meal. Okay. So the idea here, right, we should have enough. Yeah, we definitely, there's a lot of bone meal here in the furnaces. Not a huge amount, but there's definitely some, right? Okay. That's fine. That's was one more update. Okay, cool. All right, so if we start this running, okay, obviously we'll start smelting. This will divide that fairly evenly, and we'll get start getting gold. All right. Now, if we start this off, what we should start seeing is bone meal going into these dispensers. Okay. Now, if I turn this on, that's going to go. And it's going to go loudly, it turns out. Okay. Which should... I don't know. That may or may not... This actually looks like it's keeping ahead of the hoppers. Now, the hoppers should be feeding... Oh, that is loud. That is very loud. It is so loud. Okay. Options, sound. Let's turn those down. Okay. Now, we're definitely feeding bamboo in here. And it takes 4 bamboo per item smelted. And it looks like at a full load here, that's getting 35. This is getting... This one's not... Okay, it's getting some. This hopper's full. This one is not. So, okay. Looks like it's kind of keeping up. This one is definitely gaining bamboo. This one is not quite. This one's gaining bamboo. This one... Yeah, that one is kind of. This one is. And what I can see here is it's not quite even. But we're definitely keeping ahead of the furnace demands. So if we've got bone meal, right? If there's bone meal, which that's feeding as fast as it can. Or actually, it's not feeding as fast as it can. It's feeding as fast as the minecart with chest goes over. That seems to be keeping up. And if it doesn't, for example, if this feeds and there's no bamboo to go or something like that, or if it tries to feed it while that piston's out and it won't grow, this might, you know, build up a little bit of bone meal. Okay. Okay, so that's good. So if I turn... Oops. Made a mistake there. Here. Let's just stop now. Okay. So now, sure, that'll keep going. It could eventually fill up the chest, assuming I had enough bone meal, right? Or just the bamboo grows fast enough. So the idea here... Yeah, so the idea is that this will do all sorts of good stuff. Let's go ahead and turn this off. And yeah, because the minecart, there just wasn't that much, okay, it can still stock that. Okay. I didn't do that quite right, but should just fix this so that it, so the lever works the way I want it to. All right, redstone torch can go right there, and then over here we can just get... Honestly, I can just take this block of redstone, but a lever is fine. Should be. Okay. Should be all right. So... Right, so that's the idea, is that if this is stocked with bone meal, then the... Oops, no. Then this should pretty well keep up. Now, if it's not stocked with bone meal, yeah, this one got a little bit more just because of the... it was sitting there when it stopped. All right, and if it doesn't, well, this just works as a regular array with a very slow bamboo farm on it. Okay, and so this is fine. Oh, yep. If there is, this is the cool part. If there is bone meal, there is the potential for that type of thing, is the clocks just start going. Because what happens here is, yeah, just like that. The observer hits the redstone, which triggers the piston, but it also seems to be triggering the dispensers as well. Not entirely sure why it's doing that, but it is, so that's lovely. Okay. Also, this is probably not the way it's going to be set up when I build this for real, but yeah. And see, that will go just until it's not quite out of bone meal. Let's see how we're doing on these. They should be pretty well empty. Yeah, that one's got a little bit. And how much bone meal they use is probably going to vary a little bit depending on how it feeds into the bone meal and how they grow and all that good stuff, right? Cool. So basically, yeah, so basically what I've got now is your fairly typical form. Now, you don't have to use the bamboo on the mud. I just think it collects a little nicer. Since mud is now a thing and bamboo can grow on it, I think we can use that. Now, let's see what other fun. So the idea was to have 2 of these. So let's build this out a little bit. And what was it on the... Sorry, my visualization of this is always a little funky when I want to reverse what I've just built, right? So I need dispenser. Turns out dispensers make horrible temporary blocks, just in case you were wondering. They are not great. So the dispenser's going to go there. Let's grab our mud. And the mud's going to come down here like this. All right. That's, whoops. Yeah, see, that's looking okay. All right, I'm just going to keep flying over and then falling and then flying over and falling again because of reasons. It's fun. Falling is fun. I've heard great, I don't know, reviews of falling, right? People just love to do it. Oops, nope. Okay, so that's going to go that way. I need pistons that come here. Right. So the pistons come here. Now, then I grab my handy-dandy observers, and they just come right across this way. And you get yourself a solid block. All right. Now, what I'm going to do here is let's get some regular rail, right? And then powered rails going this way. That's interesting. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. When these fire, it's also going to power the rail, which isn't really an issue, but oh, that's an issue. That is not a good issue. Okay. Right. Yeah, see, if I hit that. Oh, there. That's right. You go. Oh, I don't have anything on this side. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Just sort of go that way. Okay. Right. So now I need... All right. That. Okay. Cool. So now I can come under here. I just have to be a little bit careful about how I power this because I don't want to lock those hoppers. Right? Because that would be unfortunate. Right. So now if I grab a redstone block like that. So that's powered. If I throw... Okay. That doesn't lock and everything's good. Okay. Cool. So that's awesome. Redstone. Okay. Right, so that would go that way. And then let's go ahead and get the glass. All right. And said pop it up this way. Not a huge problem here, I think. Okay, so this will go up this way. Got our little roofy thing, and let's grab the slabs because the slabs are supposed to mostly keep the bamboo in the farm. So that even if it grows, one, it's not going to grow taller than the observer. And even if it does, it still has room to pop up and hopefully not pop through the glass there, right? At least that's the idea. Okay. Is it fabulous idea? Who knows? Okay. So it looks like that took off for a while, burning bone meal that was in whichever those dispensers was still there. Okay, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but could be an issue. Okay, just do this from up here. Yeah, so that's something I'm not entirely sure I'm happy with. Right? I'm not entirely sure I like the bamboo growth. Right? I'm not sure I like this triggering the dispenser. And it said, in all honesty, I'm not entirely sure how it's getting powered. I don't know quite. Because this block is powered, which might be directly powering that, which then indirectly powers the dispenser. If I wanted to completely separate them, right? If I really wanted to, I could move the pistons and everything up. Oh, that was nice. So I had there's a piece of bone meal that was sticking on this stalk here, and when it grew, it knocked the bamboo. When it grew, the bamboo got knocked off and then pushed into the furnaces here. So awesome, which are still smelting gold happily because that's what I told them to do. They'll eventually stop because it's going to take 4 stacks of bamboo to cook 1 stack of ore. So the idea is that this is going to take forever. And that's why I wanted to build up. When I build this in survival, the idea is I'm going to build up just this whole array of chests coming down. I don't know however far I want it to go down. And then feeding into the furnace. And then the idea is that this is going to come over this way. So I have furnaces coming out here. Happy furnace time. Happy furnace time. Right, the furnaces are going to come this way. Right. With hoppers for fuel coming in that way, of course. And then oops. Yeah, hoppers then for the rail line that way. Now, got a couple of options here. And I'm not entirely sure which one I like best. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. Let me get this filled in. What I'm thinking is that I could have the minecart. Okay. It's okay. Good. Come on. Up you go. Up you go. There we go. So I could have this minecart run all the way over here, which I want to. I could also have 2 separate feeder lines, right? I could run these minecart with chests loading out of something else. I mean, or these could be hopper minecarts. Hopper minecarts will fill faster. But for now, it can be with chest. Because they're only going to have... I don't know. So let's... There's possibilities here. Okay, so let's go ahead and just run this way. All right. I guess we'll do it that way. That's fine. Okay. Stop that. Stop that. Okay, so this will come here. Yeah, and then this will swing around this way with regular rail there, and then I can just power that. Okay. And same thing. Yeah, literally the same thing on this side is I can just take a torch, right, and just stick it there and power that. Okay, cool. So now said I could run. Yeah, see, I could run the minecart all the way around and just have it run loops. Right? So then what happens is, let's say we come this way. Oh, hey, I forgot to put target blocks here. Right? Okay, so we have target blocks there. We've got solid blocks of some sort here. And then we've got some redstone that runs that way. Okay. Now, one of the things I could do, right, is I could connect this, and I could run observers are such a pain to place sometimes. Okay. So that could go there. And let's get yeah. No. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. So this can go like that. Okay. All right, so there's it's 1 clock. It would feed both of those, okay? Cool. So, assuming there's bone meal in any of those dispensers, right? In fact, this, I have it going back and forth, but there's no reason it necessarily needs to go back and forth, especially if it's a hopper minecart. How many... It'd be interesting to see how many it picks up at a time, right? Of course, I'd want it to stop underneath the barrel or the chest or wherever else it's going to go, right? Anyway, so yeah, so I could take this. All right. So let's just take that out. This is going to go that way. And then basically what I'm going to do is just have this run around forever. Okay? It's going to take all of the gold ore out of here for a minute. Okay, so now. All right. So let's see now. So that should be powered, and then I'll just power this here like that. Awesome. Cool. So now if I were to take a chest and oh, there's a chest. Perfect. All right, so there's a chest. Let's go and get rid of that. Awesome. Don't need that much gold ore for now. I mean creative. I can get lots and lots of gold ore. It'll be great. It'll be wonderful. All right, so let's take a minecart with chest here for a minute. Now, or a minecart with chest, hopper minecart. And, oh, if I should get these chests in place. Come on. There we go. Now, as I said, this is not necessarily the most efficient or best or any of those adjectives, okay? This is just, hey, this is fun. Okay? And I said, if I've got enough bone meal running into this system, that could be really cool. So yeah, turning it off would be interesting. So right now it's just going to go back and forth, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is. So we'll not worry about it for the moment. Let's go ahead and take, oh, right. Ha! That can't open because of the blocks above it. That's fine. That's fine. I'll just move it out here. Act like this is hard or something. Nah, this is going to be easy. All right, that goes there. All right. This goes right over there. With one of those, and then... Okay, just grab one of those. Okay. Nice. And then, of course, we have to power it, so flying is cool. All right, so if I were to take... There's a stack, okay? Now, how many furnaces do I have here? Right now I've got... Oh, hey, hoppers. Hoppers would be awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 hoppers on each side. Okay, so I've got 7 furnaces on each side. Okay, so that's how that works. And if I were to take this, let's actually take this down to 14. So when this, after one round of this hopper minecart, it should, I know it'll pick up 14 actually. So there's 14, and then let's take 50. Okay. So I know it's 14 for that, and we'll 50 there, and we'll just see how many items it'll pick up as it goes by, right? So it picked up not even 14. Okay. So we'll stop that. Okay, so if that's not going to pick up all of that, let's try a little something here. Whoa. And I don't know how good this is going to be, but the reality is it's picking up, well, like 7 or 8 as it goes by, and it really needs to pick up a lot more than that. So I'm kind of curious now how much I'm going to need. So let's go ahead. I'm going to build this way, and let's give ourselves a water bucket. Bucket of stuff. Okay, water. Perfect. So what if we waterlog all... Oops, no. No. Well, that's just wrong. Okay. Yeah, what if we waterlog all of this rail right here? Okay. And we got to put our thing back. Okay. So this is going to slow down the minecart. Did I take it all the way to the edge? I did. Okay, let's just be consistent here. All right, how much is in there? Let's just take the 50. Okay. And I'm going to start this over here. So it's got however much momentum it's going to have. All right. And so it's going to go around, and it slows down a lot because of the water. And it picked up 10. Okay, right? Watch it go by, and it picks up 10 each time. Okay. Which is definitely not enough, right? If I want this to pick up 14 or 32 or something like that, this one chest with all of the water. Hang on, let's grab a sign. Okay, grab a sign. So just throw a sign up here. Okay. Waterlogged. Well, waterlogged 10. Okay. So, yeah. 10 per D chest. Okay. All right, and then it's like 5. So it cuts the speed in half, basically, which is fine. So that means it can pick up twice as much. So if I want to feed it so it can feed however many I have, basically I need to do this in, if I did this in segments of 10s, right? Right now this is 7, but if I did it in segments of 10s, it'll pick up 10 per chest. And so what I would need to do is basically feed 2 chests along here for every 10. Okay, which, you know, I can totally do. The other thing I could do, this would be an interesting thought, is what if, let's see, I'm curious, how many, take that out. So basically it's going to take 5 from each of these. So what if I took, let's see here. I'm going to pop that up that way. And if I took hoppers, okay, running all the way across here, right, to, yeah, there is fine, okay? If I ran hoppers all the way over that, and then set up a chest, do I want to feed it that way or feed it that way? I guess it actually kind of matters, right? So, because if I put in some, whatever I'm cooking, whatever I'm smelting on this side, right? It's going to chunk down this. And depending on when the minecart hits it, I could be filling from here. I could be filling from there. And so if the minecart follows the hoppers, does it fill faster? That's actually an interesting question. Does this fill faster than the chest goes, right? All right, so this is empty. Let's actually put it here. So when I kick it off, it goes in the right direction. So, all right, so I have nothing for it to eat right now. So that's just going to go. Oops. Does help if it's on. Okay. I am going to need a better on-off switch for this, but... Okay. That's great, except it's going the wrong way. Right now, I want it to go the direction parallel to the hoppers, right? So now, let's put in 50 of those. And none of them get to the end. Okay. Let's stop this here. So it now has 10. So what it should do, right, is it'll still only pick up 10. Yeah, okay. Okay, this is not going to work. It was an interesting idea, but it's not going to work because basically all of the whatever I'm smelting is going to eventually just end up here. And it will still only pick up 5 or 10 items. So that is not going to cut it. All right, so what I am going to need to do then is I'm going to have to feed, well, let's call it 2. So basically what I'm looking at is a 20 smelter array with, which is usually not that big a deal. Be a 20 smelter array, and then I'd have to, my input chest here would have to evenly divide all of the stuff coming into these chests so that the minecart has a chance of snarfing up all of that stuff in a nice, easy way, right? Because, so if I take, let's put in, I'm going to put in 20 items there, in that one. And I'm going to put in 11, 12, 20. So there's 20 items in both of those, right? Okay, that's on. So now as the minecart comes through here, it should end up pulling basically 10 from each of these, right? It's 10, and there goes 10. Okay? So it's going to pull exactly 10 from each of those. All right. Now, it's also going to drop off. Okay. Obviously, this is going to be roughly the same. But whatever it ends up doing, it should. And that round trip should be fast enough, even if there are 10, to keep these stocked. Right? So that these end up cooking. Right. Because right now these don't have anything really in them. All right, so let's do this real quick. Let's take this minecart with chest and just feed a little bone meal into the system, huh? All right, so, and now, because I don't have a single clock here, let's turn that on so we've got some fuel going. Yeah, it's not... It does take it a minute to catch up, but once it does... Okay, so we seem to be doing okay. It is actually smelting that. Okay. Now, the idea is that I wouldn't be starting from nothing, right? I'd be starting from, I've added some fuel to the system. The other thing I'm thinking, and part of the reason I'm looking at having this this double chest sticking out a little bit like this, is that I might, said I'd have to actually move the power to the other side, but as I might want to be able to just feed my own fuel into it. So if I decide I want to do, I'm going to be doing something big, I can throw in, I don't know, lava buckets or something, right? I can take a minecart with chests, something that I can load up fuller than I can load up a hopper minecart. Because the minecart with chest is 27 items. And then I could have it run around and feed in whatever. I could have it feed in lava buckets. I could have it feed in kelp blocks. Whatever it is I want to do. Okay. So let's see. So let's go ahead and just let that go. So these guys, yeah. I mean, obviously that's gonna take a little time. Now, unfortunately, the item distribution here is gonna be not quite right. The bamboo distribution, not quite amazing, but or not quite perfect, because as you can kind of see, as the bamboo drops, not all of it makes it in, and not all of it makes it into the slot right over where it's sitting. Most of it will, but some of it is definitely going to end up maybe bouncing into the side next to it, which over time should pretty well set. Of course, watching that one sugarcane bounce across 2 or 3 different hoppers, it was sort of amusing, but okay. So yeah, I think it's going to be okay. Let's go and turn this off, which, as we know, doesn't necessarily turn off all of that. We're still feeding bone meal in. Okay, so this is empty. That minecart is probably empty as well. Yeah. Okay, and we're feeding the last of it. So yeah, it actually kept up as long as we were feeding bone meal into the system. This actually kept up. Okay. The bamboo on its own definitely couldn't do that. Okay. The bamboo on its own could not keep all of this charged. Assuming I don't use it, though, it'll fill up, because I've got a bamboo-powered smelter already at my base in my solo world where I'm wanting to build this. And if I don't use it for a while, yeah, eventually, sure, it piles up the bamboo and everything is awesome. But that's a very slow process, because I'm relying on natural bamboo growth, which is fine. It was totally fine for my first, it had the fuel I needed. It did, and I wasn't smelting that much. But when I threw 5 shulker boxes of sand at that, it ate through all of my bamboo reserves pretty much. So that was not ideal. All right, so the good news is I think this would work. What I need to do then is I would have to rig a better system for loading this up. And I'd have to... Oh, I turned off the wrong switch. Go that way. And I would have to have a nice way of loading up this minecart with chest. Or some other way of feeding all of these hoppers with stuff. Right, with all the bone meal to feed the... Right. Oh, yeah. Yep, as long as there's bone meal in the system, that can happen, which said is not necessarily a bad thing, but definitely a little loud and obnoxious. All right, this one just got a whole bunch because it was... Yeah. Just because that's where the minecart was sitting when I hit the wrong switch to turn it off. Okay. All right, there we go. And, oops, well. That's fine, whatever. Okay. Yeah, so as long as those have bone meal, those will definitely make a lot of noise. Yeah, because I'm not 100% sure I understand why the dispensers are firing, but they absolutely do when the observer triggers. So yeah, it's odd, but okay. It's okay. Fine. We can live with this. All right, so what I'm going to need here is a something to distribute my dropped off items so they'll come evenly into these two chests, which I know how to, well, I should say I know how to do that. I actually don't, but I have well, that or insanity. Well, you know, insanity's good. I actually have a nice dropper. Also, yeah, it says your Redstone is described like that. Yeah, so is mine. How's it going there, Red? Hope you're having a fabulous day. No, I've got a world download here that has a really nice item splitter. Of course, I made the mistake of starting up Minecraft, another instance of Minecraft on my streaming, so all of the frames are going away. You're working on your Redstone project. Nice. Yeah, I'm also, well, obviously I'm here doing Redstone. Yeah, things are getting a little framey over there. Let me just get a screenshot of this splitter. And it should be... Okay, I think I can do this. Audio is good. Nice. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting to fire up a second Minecraft here. All right, I'll just kill that and let it go. All right, things should be better now. This is my mistake. Sorry, didn't mean to start Minecraft on it. All right, anyway, so I can do a thing here. All right, I'll have to look that up, but I can do a splitter into those chests. Okay. Yeah, you do the same thing. Yep, I get it. Like, well, you know, I could have had screenshots or something, but no, I wasn't expecting to do that. All right, but if I have a splitter, that'll evenly divide this. So this hopper minecart will pick up enough for. I said this is just a mock-up. So when I build this in real life, yeah, I think I'll do 10 per side, and then this can just chug along. And every time it comes past these chests, it'll pick up, well, 10 per chest. So that should be able to feed the smelters nicely, assuming this feeds in fast enough, which is the catch. You know what I mean? And then right now I've got this this minecart set in a loop, so to figure out stopping this, you need to have one account watching to make sure it's working, another account to actually work on it. Yeah. Yep. Oh, thanks. Yeah, see, what I was trying to do, right? Bamboo farms are a thing, right? Feeding a smelter with bamboo, it's been done, right? It makes perfect sense. It's a free renewable fuel source. It sucks, but it works, right? The problem is it takes 4 bamboo to smelt a single item. Okay, which again, sucks. But hey, for a free fuel source, it's okay. And I don't want to do something with, I detest TNT dupers. I won't use them. So for something like what Doc M77 did in Hermitcraft with a tree farm to automatically smelt charcoal and then feed in a furnace array, yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. But I was doing some testing earlier in the stream. If I feed these with bamboo, right, just with the minecart with chest, if I have enough bone meal in here, and I know I said bamboo, but if I feed these with bone meal, as these as the clock runs, it grows bamboo fast enough to actually keep up with the furnace, right? Which is awesome. So I could hook this up to a bone meal farm, something like a moss farm, for example, to feed into the chest and keep the dispensers stocked, right? So that is super awesome. So if I do that, I can keep these stocked. It'll keep the bamboo going. And what's cool is even if it's turned off, right? I'm not smelting anything. I'm not feeding bone meal into the system. Well, the bamboo is still growing and the observers are still going, right? So it'll still passively collect a trickle of bamboo. And it will be just a trickle because it's going to be 1 plant per furnace. So 20 plants, that is not a lot. And of course, the catch is, let's grab some more bone meal. And again, I'm not entirely sure why this does it, but if I throw some bone meal in here and then this grows, what ends up happening is, pop some bamboo in here. Go bamboo. Is that what can happen? Not always, but seems like sometimes is when this grows, it starts triggering a loop with the dispensers. So even if I don't necessarily have the clock on, it will still fire bamboo or fire bone meal to grow the bamboo, drop it into the storage, and Bob's your uncle. So your build's just a lot of command blocks. Okay. Yeah, I don't use command blocks. Sorry, I'm going to leave that one modded. This is a family-friendly channel and try to keep the language out of it. But yeah, so that's really cool. So it said it's not, yeah, hey, no worries. And it's not like you used a particularly bad word, but we'll just keep it. keep it out of the chat. But yeah, so this should work okay. It's a little, well, is it a little big? Yeah, kind of. And scaling it is a problem, right? Scaling this to 20 furnaces is easy because the minecart going through the water will pick up 10 items per double chest. Okay? So that's great. If I wanted to expand this to, say, 30 or 40 furnaces, then I need a better way of feeding this. Okay? So, doable, but definitely a problem. So, but I don't need to go quite that large. So I think if I take this at 20, that should smelt what I need in my survival world pretty well. So I'm not a mega builder, right? I don't do, yeah, there it goes. You saw that clock? Yep. That was the observer seeing the bamboo grow, which triggers, seeing the bamboo break, which triggers, and then that's firing off the bone meal. So, yeah, fun. And if it does that often enough, sometimes it just gets up in a fast loop and everything's great. So, but yeah, so 20 furnaces should do what I'm doing. So I don't do mega builds, so not too worried about that. And then right now I have this kind of built out this way. This is sort of ad hoc, but what I'm planning on doing is actually snaking, your typical chest and hopper snake, right? So it just wiggles down and down and down so that I end up with a lot of bamboo storage. Say something like, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 double chests per furnace. And if they get filled up, say it's 12 double chests because the math is easy, I'll be able to cook 3 double chests per furnace based on just with the stored bamboo. And if I have the bone meal going, it'll just keep up and should smelt everything nicely. So yeah, I think this is going to work. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I don't know how to build the splitter. So I've got a schematic for it. But okay, so that should be fine. I like where this is going. And said it's powered by if I just turn this clock on, that'll feed the furnaces even if nothing else is going on. So I'll want to link whatever's powering this hopper and stuff. All of that should be on one switch probably. But okay, cool. So that's not too bad. It's obviously it's going to be tall because I'll have the hopper chests. The actual farm itself is, what is this? 6, 10 blocks? Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 or 8 blocks just for the farm. So, okay, that's not too bad. Sweet. So now, the other question is going to be, where do I put this? So, call it 30 blocks high, maybe 40. So this is 10, and I'm going to want 12 blocks. So actually, that would be, 24, 25 blocks high. How wide am I looking at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15-ish. So, yeah, 15 or 16 blocks wide. but probably about the same going both sides. I don't need to be exact. So let's jump over here into my solo world. And let's go take a look and see where I might put this. Now the problem is that bamboo is loud as all heck. So I was originally thinking I might put it here. Right? So my original furnace is over this way. Oh, it's late. Let's sleep real quick. Yeah, so my original furnace is over here. I built this like day 4. Okay. It's a little 8 furnace array. It's probably loaded with XP right now, actually. And then the farm, free cam up here for a minute, is just this big, I think it's about 40, maybe 50 bamboo plants. And I have it grow, you know, it grows all the way up here before it breaks. So it's a little bit slow to refill, but works out pretty well. Even my little ender burrow here, just sort of hanging out. I don't know why he decides to live in my bamboo farm, but totally, he's all about living in my bamboo farm. So that fires, and then I've got hoppers that feed this. And I said, this is great, but it's it's limited. Said I threw 5 shulker boxes of sand at this thing, and it ate all of my reserves. It basically cooked through all of my fuel, which is a problem because then I couldn't use it again. So hence why I'm going through this exercise of something that I could feed bone meal into to fuel up. So I could put this here. I'll have to dig it down deep enough, but it said the pistons are going to be a little bit loud. On the other hand, I'm not going to be over here that much. Mostly when I'm going to be over here, it's going to be here in my storage room or upstairs where I'm putting my base. I could, the possibility, I could put it a little deeper. I might want to set up a drop box up here, but I could come down here into this lush cave and sort of build it out this way. You know, dig out a bunch of this. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Oh, hello, little murder kitten. So that's a possibility. I mean, it does put it down here by my spider farm, but that's not a big deal. And heck, if I do this right, I could put it down here. I could drop. I'd need a drop chest, something that would basically from up top drop items down into the furnace, because I don't want to walk down here necessarily. And then feed items back up into my storage. That's a possibility. Okay, because oh, I could probably turn that off. Had to restock the bottles in my honey farm. Because if I could have it dump the output of the furnace up into here, I mean, I might have to pump it up this way and run it over here myself. But then that will automatically dump the output of the furnace into my storage system, which would be super convenient, I gotta say. Okay. I mean, it's kind of what I'm doing with my wool farm when I have it turned on. The wool farm, you know, it's real simple wool farm. But when it harvests, I've got a minecart that just unloads into this hopper chain, which feeds right into the right into the sorting system. So, okay. Okay, so that's definitely a thing. You know, as loud as this might be, if I'm over here, oh, it's still going to be loud, though. Especially if it's running. Right, if I've got shulkers here, and I want to run by to get into my trading hall, or at least my small trading hall, or my iron output over here. Right, all of my... Yeah, iron farm's working. Then, yeah, that's going to be loud and obnoxious. I don't want to necessarily deal with loud and obnoxious. So, yeah, I think I'm going to want to put this further away from where I'm at here. So, okay. Definite possibilities then. So, yeah, if I dump this... Yeah, basically I could just build it almost straight down. Simulation distance is an issue. Redstone distance is an issue. So I couldn't build it too far away, but just needs to be far enough away I don't hear the pistons going. Ah, heck with it. I'll just build it here. It'll be nice to just have it here to look at. So, because honestly, it is cool looking. So let's come back into the test world here. All right, so yeah, I think I can do that. I said I'm just going to have to, and actually I've got plenty of room. So I could push this part of the farm back a little bit if I need to. I am going to have to build the sorting system here and get the stuff here for the bone meal into it. But honestly, that shouldn't be that bad. The only catch is filling this up. Now, I have a minecart with chest here for testing, but I could set that up with a hopper minecart. It's going to have the same problem in that I need to be sure it loads up at least 20 items so it fills all of these dispensers evenly. But with the bone meal, that's going to be a little bit... I think that might be a little bit easier, actually. Because it's not quite as... Maybe not quite be as time dependent. I mean, it's a shorter track for one thing. And for another... Yeah, so it can get back and forth. It just has to pick up all of the stuff. Okay, that's going to be something I'm going to have to play with, because I may have to do something similar to this. Is rig up double chests. Yeah, actually, if I set up 2 double chests, I could put up 1 on each side here. Still feed it just like I do this one. But because it's going to come in and stop and then go back, that actually might be fast enough. But if not, I could do the same thing and just run it through the water. So, okay. Okay, that's definitely a thing. So I need the splitter here. And probably a splitter feeding this. Yeah, probably just to keep... right, if I take this out. Oops, nope, 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 nope. You go there. You go there. Thank you. Yeah, you set up the hopper minecart with it. Okay. Yeah. Because this should make sense. So if I take do it this way. Fine. Let's just set this running for a minute and let's see how much picks up at a time. Yeah, 5 or 6 at a time is not going to cut it. So I'm definitely going to have to slow that down. Of course, while it's just sitting there, I could just put a clock on it and let it suck items up. But I could do the same thing down here for that matter. I mean, this does look cool, but having it in the loop. But the problem I've got is stopping and starting the minecart. So what if I do, let's take this out. Let's take this out. And I'm going to need it to soak up 20 items. So pretty much what I need to do is give it a loading station. Okay, let's just eat this water. Come on, you can do it. Okay. Because that's going to be a lot simpler than dealing with something else. So, something a little more complicated. Though, yeah, as nice as... Okay. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. The nice thing about doing the loop is that it comes back around... Oops. Flying! Flying! It comes back around to fill this up. Probably, maybe not quite fast enough to actually keep up with the furnace. But it's bamboo, so it's not like I'm leaving a lot of smelting energy hanging around. Which is part of the reason I use bamboo. See, you can use a lot of different things. And charcoal, lava buckets, all of that stuff, kelp blocks. They're really great because they can cook lots of things per whatever it is you're using. Bamboo sucks, right? Because it takes 4 bamboo to cook a single item. But that means I'm not wasting fuel, right? If I throw one thing in here, it cooks 4 bamboo and then it's done. And I don't have fuel just in there wanting to smelt, but unable to. So, okay. So yeah, so I could do back and forth. This is just a wider loop. And if I do back and forth, I have to pick up twice as many, right? Because it's 10, and then 10, and then 10, and then 10, right? So I have to pick up 40 items instead of 20. Doable, but I'd rather be able to throw in any number of items, right? Do I want to throw in 4 items? Do I want to throw in 20? Do I want to start unloading shulker boxes into it? All of those items should be a possibility. And I think that means a loop is going to be the way to go. Yeah, no. Minecart's definitely the way to do it. I had visions of a water stream, and that would pretty much always fill the one stack, and that would be bad. So, all right. So now how do I build this in such a way that I can load and unload and do this? All right, let's go ahead and put this. I'm just going to put this back for a minute so I can see how this is going to work. All right, so if this is going to go, I need a way to turn it off, which means I'm going to have to... Well, that's an interesting thought. How this works is going to depend on how it sits in the world. But if I had... Okay, that's... that must be set. So let's see if I said rail there. Yeah. So I could, right? So if I have the minecart going this way, we'll just use the minecart with chest because why not? Right. So it's going to come this way, and I flip the switch, and it's going to go and shuffle off its mortal coil. Right. And then if I have it load up again, right, and have it launch, then what'll happen is, because of the way that is going, right, say that's facing that way. Well, now the minecart will want to go in that loop. And if I change this, oops, whoops, turned off the power. It's like we're in California or something. All right. Oh, yeah, that'll work great. That'll work great. So, right, you send the minecart on its way. It does its, while this is on, it does its loops. And when it's done, whoop, there it goes. Wonderful. Okay. Clean up my mess. Okay. Awesome. 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 So that's going to give me a nice, easy way of turning the system on and off. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. And what's cool is minecarts with hoppers. Actually, all of the minecarts with stuff now break and stay as what they are, right? They don't split into minecart and hopper anymore. So if I were to, I'll have to play with this a little bit. I've seen this built, but I've not built it myself. But you can do something like, oh, what is it? Where's my hoppers? Apparently I got rid of my hoppers. That's fine. Okay, but you can do something along these lines that pop that into there, and then a, let's see. I'll have to go check it out. I've got the schematic here somewhere, but basically it fires into a dispenser, right, which then faces, oops, come on, back up, thank you. Which then faces, actually I might need to have it go this way. Oops, come on, I can do it. There we go. All right, so oops, nope. This is gonna have to face that way. There we go. With the hopper. Come on. Can do it. Okay, so the hopper is then going that way with some rail happening. Okay, something like this. I'll have to figure that out. And obviously that's not going to work to collect it, but, or to break it. Take that back. There's, yeah, I'll figure that out. I've got a good schematic. Il Mango really had some fun stuff playing with, what he referred to as, or as DocM77 refers to as minecart yeeting. But the idea is, take that out. You have, let's see, how did this work? It was a lava cauldron. Where is it? Cauldron. All right, guess we do it this way. Right, so you have a lava cauldron. There we go. Thank you. You have a lava cauldron. Oops, actually, I think it goes here. that right? No, it goes there. And yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot how this all works, but the idea is that it drops down into the lava cauldron and kind of and then breaks, and then you pick it up and swing it back around. It's a really cool design, which I have no memory of how it works. So I'll have to go take a look at that. But then all I have to do is hit a button. It will dispense the minecart to send it around. Turn that on so that the minecart, as it goes flying around, will, you know, hit the track and go round and round. And then it will have to turn on this. Okay. So basically what I'm going to be looking at is some form of happy redstone that's going to have to come this way. And it's going to have to power that as well. So something's going to come up and around like this. Yeah, probably. Actually, let's move this that way. So if I take redstone, where are we at? Where are we at? Thank you. Thank you for the redstone. All right, so this would come down something like this. This is 100% just ad-libbed here. Zero understanding of how this is actually all going to work. Probably going to need a repeater in there somewhere. But if I were to turn that on, lever in the right place, thanks. Okay, that's not facing the right direction. Okay, which is fine. Target. I actually have to grab the block. You know what I mean? All right, and then that's going to go, sure, that way. So redstone will go there. So something like that. Yeah. Target blocks are awesome because redstone will attach to them. So it'll make that turn even though the redstone's going straight. So I could actually bring this down this way, which is fine. I mean, it said it's however that goes, but what's nice, hit the switch, it triggers the clock. Now this is all going, turn it off. And now the minecart will finish its routes and then come back to be destroyed. Now what would be even better is if the minecart still has something, would be to take those items and feed them back into something here. So what might be interesting? See, kind of what I'm thinking I want to do, and I'm not entirely sure how to do this. This is more complicated redstone than I've ever seriously dealt with. Is to detect. Actually, yeah. Rather than having a manual switch, I could just detect. Right, because remember I had these chests here, right? So I'd have chests here, obviously it'd be waterlogged. I'd have hoppers running into the chests this way, right? Now there's this whole feeder system, which I could actually put up higher up. So if I go and then split maybe up into these hoppers or the ones above it, it doesn't matter. They'll end up split into the chests. And then what I can do is come off of this with some comparators. Actually, better yet would be to come off that way so that I can put comparators here. I could back them up one, you know, but there's no need. So I could put comparators there with repeaters just to be sure I get solid signal. And then run this down this way like so. Come on. Down we go. Down we go. See, like that. So then, okay. And that, I was going to say this doesn't really matter, but I'll put a repeater there and a repeater there just to be sure get a strong enough signal. But what this means is that if I have anything in these chests to cook, the system turns on. Right? And then my minecart is out there doing its thing. Heck, I could just park this minecart. I don't even have to collect it. Right? So, what if I were to... Right, so that's going that way. Huh. No, that has to be there. Let's, okay, let's, for the moment, turn down the block sounds because loud. I don't know about you, but that's kind of loud in my ears. All right, so if I do... Okay. That has to go there. I can do... Let's just say... do that. I'd have to power that, but I could then come off that way, right? See how that lights up? Awesome. And then I could just, heck, I could just put a lever there. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Now let's go and take this out. Okay. Yeah, so if, let's just see what this looks like, because I think this would actually work really well. So if I have the minecart there, let's go ahead and waterlog these rails again so that everything is the way I expect it to be. Okay. Right, so this is all going to slide in this way. All right. And the reality is I probably don't have to waterlog it out this far. Let's go ahead and take that out and then, yeah, and I definitely don't need to waterlog here. Let's see, because if the minecart is going that way, it won't really matter. Let's just go ahead and, that way is the same. It should still slow down. So now if I were to come in here and take, let's take this, oops, no. And I'm just going to go ahead and just load this chest up. Oh, this is the other thing that has to get powered as well. So, because I need to turn that minecart on as well. Let's see, where do I have... And I need to do this in a way that doesn't interfere with the clock, right? Because that would be awkward to mess with that. So, because I don't want to stop this dispenser from going. But I do need to power this. So, I mean, this could be a problem for future me. So let's hang on to that for just a moment. All right. Let's just throw this in here. All right. So now there goes the minecart. I wanted to... But yep, took 10 out of each. Good. Slow, slow, slow. And... Okay. Oh, let's go and turn that on so we get bone meal delivery. Oops. Okay, let's turn both of those on so we get bone meal delivery. Awesome. Okay, so those are going to go. And I'm still doing my thing, right? Still have stuff in the chests. Okay. Stuff in the chest, stuff in the chest. Now, in this pass, it should pick up all of the rest. Yep, so that turns off. And, okay. So this is now sitting here with some. So it turned off. Okay. Let's go and let that go. But, so I still have items in the chest, or in the hoppers. Because it did not, basically it was going. Now, oh, well, also part of it is it picked up 10 item, well, it picked up 20 items per pass, and I only have 14 hoppers. But let's see, 64, that's 3.5 passes. I should end up with 6 each for each pass. 6 times 3 is 18. So I've got, it's definitely doing more. So what I'm going to have to do here is I need this to keep going while there's items still in the hopper minecart too. So if this comes over here and still has stuff in it, I want it to keep going. And that's going to be its own special breed of fun. Right, because this should go... Right, if I take this way. Okay, so that's going... The clock isn't running because the repeaters aren't doing their thing, but that's... Okay, so how do I detect... Obviously, I need a detector rail. But basically, if there's still stuff in it, I need to stop it. Okay. All right, so that's going to be fun. Do I still have a sign? I do. Okay. So yeah, because if this still has stuff in it, I want it to keep going. It's one thing for this to turn off, which is great. But I'm also going to need to see if... Actually, what I could do... That might be a little messy, but not too bad maybe, is I could set up a clock. So this will turn off. So there's the potential that this is going to have a lot of stuff in it, though. So, yeah, what I really need is for this minecart to run as long as it's got stuff. Okay. Right, so yeah, so I'm going to have to set up a detector somewhere over here, probably. Right, so if I come off this way, right, and I detect that there are still items in this. All right, so let's grab a detector rail. All right, and let's put a detector rail here. Okay. And then, let's see. And then I need a comparator. Okay, so that's going to just fire anytime the minecart goes by, which is not not sufficient. So what I'm going to have to do is actually take that out. So I've got room here too. So put it this way. Oops, no. Put it that way. And I can compare against... See, that's a minecart chest. So basically, if there's one item in it, that might work. All right, let's grab the minecart. And let's just see here. That's the hopper. Okay, so now if there is subtract mode, let's actually throw some redstone on this so I can see what it's doing. All right, now that should not be in subtract mode. This is going into here. This compares to anything. All right, so all right, now there's nothing in this, so this should be off. Awesome. So now if I come in and say, do that, right, because I've got one thing in there, this is on. Okay, if I take that out, that should still, so if I put this into subtract mode, no, how does this work? All right, welcome back to Idiot Doing Redstone. Yeah, but I'm going to need some sort of detection system here, comparison to see. I need to see if there's any items in there. Actually, I don't even need to worry about that. That's off because this is empty. If I put any number of items in there, boom, it's on. Having 10K command blocks is great for lagging your server. Yeah, that would do it. 100% that would do it. That's a lot of command blocks. Okay, so now let's take take a repeater. And then what I need to do is come down this way. I might have to go a little further, but basically what I need to do then is put in a... Well, actually, I was going to say I might need to put in a burn down clock. So let's actually come down this way a little bit. So light show house that sings to music. Oh, shiny. That sounds like fun. Okay, so if we go this way and we've got redstone dust. It's a pain. Yeah, okay. I can see that too. All right, so this is going to go here. Here. Let's see. 2 months for one song. That's more time than I'd want to spend on it, I'll tell you. Okay, let's just do it this way. Is that right? I don't know. That what we've learned today. I don't know. Okay, so run this way. So if there is an item there. Oh, right. Okay. So that should be about about 5 seconds or so. Okay, and then it burns down. Yeah. If we're working on song 4. Okay, yeah. Well, you know, it's always fun to see what differences come through, right? All right, so let's see. If I put one item in there. Okay, so that's on. Other than the fact that this is the stupidest redstone ever. This is an abomination of redstone. I apologize to anyone who ever has had to do redstone. This sucks. Actually, there we go. That's doing its thing. Okay, fine. Might want a better clock than that, but okay. And then that turns off. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need a longer clock than that. So you don't think Twitch would allow you to send links? Yeah, no, I do have that turned off. Okay, so actually, all right. Well, aside from the fact I can't remember how to build a simple clock, this is totally fine. Totally fine. This way. Totally fine. So let's go that way. And then, let's see. Coming back out. This. Nope. I always get comparators backwards. Am I the only one who does that? Probably. Okay. Right, except I need the output of this here. Ugliest redstone of all time. All right. All right, so now if I throw something in there, that turns on. Great. Oops. Yeah, I think my clock is silly. Pop that out. No, that's about right. Okay. I do need probably a repeater there just to keep all of that stuff going. But so yeah, so if there's a single item in there, that turns on. And then if I pop that out, it's falling off. That stays on for, that should be long enough for it to get over there. Also, hello there. Yep. Oh, okay. So that's going to be off, right? So now it goes. All right. So now if I were to throw in, let's throw in some gold ore. I probably should have cut this in half. Let's go ahead and do that. Just to keep things kind of going a little bit faster there. Okay. So it goes and it goes and it goes. We still have items in the chest. Not many, but we still have some. We suck all of those up. That turns off. Now. Okay. So we must have still had items in the minecart. And then is this running forever because of... Yeah. Okay. Oh, no. And that turned off. I think this works. By golly, I think we did it. I'm actually a little bit surprised. Okay. I mean, it's an abomination of redstone, but let's go ahead and just turn that on. But so that's gonna go. Holy mackerel! All right, so that one's off. This one's got 8 in it. Okay, which means we've got more than that. So it's gonna go. It's got nothing. I guess we'll see how much is in it. Nothing. And then it's off. Holy cow! did it. By golly, this redstone sucks, but it works. Sweet. So the best way, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay, all right. I'll take it. It is ugly as heck. Seriously, this is... Of course, this little branch of redstone was just my manual override to turn it on, but... Okay. Well then. Welcome to Stupid Redstone. Sweet. So yeah, so this turns on. Okay, just going to throw that in there. Okay, so sorry, I'm just shocked. I actually built a marginally simple redstone contraption that actually worked. Wow. Cool. So that's gonna go. These will turn off this round. And if there are still items in the minecart when it swings around here, fires that off. This clock keeps this redstone lit. And now, because it's empty, it... Oh, yes. I did it. I did it. I made redstone that works. It only took 2 hours, but we got it. Okay. Well, this is awesome. So now, I said other than being super ugly and complicated, this will work great. So I can drop this down a little ways probably, because I've got the beacon, so I can dig down a bit and just have my drop off for bone meal, for smeltables, and then yeah, then this is going to work beautifully. So the other thing I'm going to need though is to wire up this switch, and I don't know quite how that's going to tie in, but I'm sure that it will somehow, you know. But you know what I might be able to do too is I may just be able to rig another line here. The problem is it's a little tight. But if I were to trigger the minecart from over here, maybe I'd have to dump the bone meal on this side. But I could bring redstone up and around and power from over here if I needed to, but okay. I'll have to think about that a little bit, but this whole aspect works. So awesome. Awesome. Well, I think that is going to be a perfect place to stop for the night, because I actually created something that works. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. All right. So go ahead and fire off the end credits, because y'all are awesome and amazing, and definitely want to thank all of you for joining in the fun. And you know, it's been great. Definitely great chatting with you and everyone else who's been around. You can, of course, follow me over there on all the socials at Music Free Gaming. Also on YouTube, I do post edited videos of my Tuesday streams, and then a whole separate video that usually goes live on the next Tuesday. So videos up Tuesdays and Thursdays. So check those out over on the YouTubes at Music Free Gaming. And let's see, we're kind of small, so I may forego the raid tonight. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and forego the raid. But thank you all for hanging out, and I will see you next time. And until then, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.